here we go. So that Google Doc's pretty nice, right?
Yeah. Can you see what I put?
Yeah, I see it all.
Okay. I was trying to save it. I had no option for saving.
Sounds like someone's watching it this video.
Yeah. I'm trying to get to your channel here.
All right. We have 0 people watching, so there's no pressure.
Well, some people were asking on the forum, so someone's going to watch this apparently.
What'd you say, Cindy?
I said hi, but I won't be doing because my nose is running.
Okay, Cindy says hi.
Hello.
Oh, I just noticed you have the Z10 in the background there. Very good.
Okay. Episode 3. Good. Oh, this is exciting. I suppose we should wait for at least one person to...
A couple people just jumped in. All right. Just bear with me a second here.
Okay. So...
No, you can talk.
Yeah, okay. I just saw a comment from... Hi, Rama. Yeah, he's asking about video for the Griffith Park. So last weekend, Saturday, we did a Griffith Park, which is one of a favorite of mine, place to do rides, either by myself or with a group. And it was also a Z10 demo day. So we had 10 people, which is really a great. I think that tied for our biggest turnout ever.
Wow.
So Rama was there, and I met him actually months before. Pure random happenstance. Really hard to believe this happens. I'm riding on the beach during the week. One day a week I usually go down to the beach and ride, and he came around a corner riding.
Oh wow.
On a wheel, and with his wife and daughter.
They were all riding as well?
No, they were. You can correct us, but I think they were on maybe electric, maybe a bike, and maybe scooter. I'm not positive, and that's where we had first bumped into it. And I was riding one of my M Super, one of my powerful wheels, and I let him ride it for a round, and so that's where I met him. And he, so he was asking about the video. These videos can take a long time to edit.
Oh yeah. And
I have a ton of footage, and I'm trying to make this a cinematic experience. You know, slow motion music, and you know, like an experience of this was our group ride. And that just takes time, Rana. So I think I'm definitely going to get it out this week because I'm midway through the process. So.
Yeah, when you try to do like really, you know, not professional level, but a higher level video editing, it takes a lot of time, a whole lot of time.
It's amazing. And sometimes I'll get someone will send me their video that they took on the ride. So then trying to mesh them together in sequence, it's almost like, no, I can't take any more video. It's just going to add hours to my work.
I wanted to ask you, what do you use for your video editing? What program?
Nothing. Pinnacle Studio. I guess
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's what I started with maybe 10 years ago. I got some version. I've just been upgrading it over the years, and it kind of works. I mean, it works, but I can't say it's like the best or anything.
No, well, I mean, I use a product called Camtasia. And that's pretty nice, but but it's not anything like Adobe Premiere or anything like that. You know,
Right.
yeah,
I've thought about maybe upgrading to that, but
it's a lot more complicated. You can do cool stuff, but it's very complicated.
I know. So it takes long enough now with my kind of simplified version of editor. If I go to Premiere, I'm just going to have to like quit my day job. And
That's one option. Stephen, is Stephen part of that group as well? Stephen Party?
not that I recognize.
Okay.
Yeah, so Rama, you were with your, they had scooters. E-scooters, yeah. Cool, so he's big in that. So he's looking to upgrade his wheel. That was a fun ride, though. Really enjoyed it.
So everybody got a shot on the Z10, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
You know, it's kind of like, I remember Chris, you know, House of Job, right? He had commented that on his demo day, he wasn't sure if he had to have the tire pressure correct. And I don't think my tire pressure was optimized for that day, too. So the Z10 is a tricky wheel to get the tire pressure right. You didn't experiment with tire pressure at all, but
no, I should have.
Yeah, I think you should have.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you got the wheel at 10 psi, right? And then
Yeah.
So did you actually try to ride it right out of the box at 10 psi?
Yeah, for kicks.
Okay.
For just a tiny bit of time.
Okay.
Feels like a lot has happened since I got this wheel, but of course I haven't really talked about it live. But and I've recapped some of this. But yeah, I got the wheel. I won't go into all the. I won't.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna rag on Chooch too much.
Yeah.
But anyway, I forgot to bring it with me, but I will rag on him for this though. He didn't give me the valve extension that you need to fill the tire.
Yeah, that is a bummer.
So I get this tire. I get this, here by the way, the Z10, and it's filled at. I don't even think I had 10 psi. It was. I couldn't. My gauges didn't measure the pressure on it when I eventually got to it. But when I had the wheel, it was basically flat at my weight, and I had no way to fill the tire. He didn't put the Z10 comes with a 3-4 inch long extension that most of you guys have probably seen. There's a access port on the side that you have to open up and put this tube so you can get down to the valve. Well, I don't have a Ninebot. I don't have any other Ninebots. I don't have any wheels that need one of those. So I'm looking at this wheel. Cool wheel, right? Z10. Hey.
Can't ride it.
I want to ride it. I want to ride it. It's Friday. I got it Friday afternoon, right? So I have no opportunity to buy anything. I can't ride it. I call around different bike shops and they don't have anything like extension tube. I talked to Jason and all he can do is let me cry on his shoulders. But a light bulb finally went off and I went to Pep Boys and I bought a package of 4 1-inch valve extenders, screwed them all together.
That's funny.
So it's like ghetto valve extender. And it works beautifully. You put it, and by the way, Chooch mentioned that you have, if you saw one of his videos, he talks about filling it, and he goes like this, you have to, press down, and boy, I didn't get that at all. You just gently put this in here, gently twist it until you get some resistance, stop. I can feel the pressure, and because I don't like the idea of having to be, pressing on the valve to try and get this thing on.
Yeah, you could damage the valve, I would think.
So eventually I got it to work, and it came with. So when I measured the pressure, I couldn't measure anything, and I filled it up. So I've been experimenting. I ran for a long time at 35. At our demo days, it was at low 20s.
Oh, really?
because I'm supposed to handle great, and man, it was pretty bad. I actually had to pull over and with my hand pump and put more pressure in because it was just unrideable. I think I pushed up to like 25, so it was better, but it's still riding in the dirt tracks. It would be pulling left and right periodically.
Oh, really?
But I hit the sweet spot. 30 psi is beautiful. It doesn't pull left and right. It still has some squish to it, so it's comfortable. It's not like what you said. It was super rigid.
Mm-hmm. So that was okay for the hills. You rode those at like 30.
Now I have been riding it at 30 and on the street 30, and that's great. I love this wheel. This wheel. You saw me roll it down the hill, and it still worked.
Yeah, that was great.
It still works great. Turns out I did damage the trolley handle a little bit.
Uh-oh.
You can only pull that out about halfway before it gets like really stiff. I'm sure I can unbend parts to get it to work better, but actually it kind of works better when it's stiff because you know how floppy it is, right?
Well,
so
that's a good durability test though, because I don't up until that point I don't think anyone really like dropped it hard. So rolling 100 feet down a hill, that's a good test.
Yeah, Jason knew what I was going to do it to him, and he told me feel free to try and stress it out.
Mm-hmm.
So and that's how I ride my wheels. I don't baby my wheels. I don't like put all kinds of padding on them to keep them from getting scratched up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Enjoy them.
Wait, hold on a second. Hunka says I'm inverted, which is weird. What do you mean I'm inverted? I'm upside down. Because I'm looking at the stream and I look normal. I'm on the right and Marty's on the left.
I think Hunka, you've got a problem.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have an inverted? That's weird.
Yeah, I haven't heard anyone else say anything. Who knows?
So let's talk about you a little bit. So I hear you're giving up BUCs.
Yeah, I've been accused of that.
You're abandoning. You really need to start a new channel.
Yeah.
What would you call it? One Wheel Army, or
I don't know. Yeah, I'd have to
gotta bring to a one wheel.
One man army. I don't know.
Yeah.
Huh? No, just because I've been doing nothing but one wheel videos lately, and no EUC stuff. I kind of look at it as I'm just kind of in a holding pattern until I finally get my 18L that I ordered, 6 months ago or however long it's been at this point. So yeah, it's just been a real challenge. I think it remember when we were learning to go backwards and stuff, and how that was just like your focus. I think it's just my focus is that I'm really trying to get comfortable on it. So, and it is fun. I think you would like it more than you might expect. It's definitely a different sort of experience from EUC. It's slower, but I feel like I'm more engaged with it. But of course, when you're doing hill riding, that's a little bit different because you're more engaged than just street cruising. Engaged. Yeah.
But yeah, I can tell you're struggling in a way because you keep talking about this thing keeps pushing back on me.
Oh, yeah.
It's like they're pretty slow when you're used to the Monster and M Super.
Yeah.
This thing's got to feel pretty slow.
Well, yeah, especially when I rode it to Dunkin' Donuts and back, because that was 20 miles at 15, and when you hit the pushback on that, it's not like it hits for a second and then goes away. It just, if you stay at 15, you're literally like rocking like a boat. So you just learn to just go a little bit slower than that. But some people supposedly go 23, 24 miles an hour on it. Somehow they just kind of negate the pushback and just they'll keep accelerating.
But isn't the idea of pushback a safety mechanism?
It is. Yeah,
so I'm gonna ride the pushback to 23, and
it's like Ron from Miami. The guy that rode the Tesla till it crashed. In the one wheel world, they call it nose diving because what happens is once the motor hits a certain tolerance, it just will stop balancing you. The front end goes down, and then you're gonna try to run it out, or you're gonna probably face plant. So that's the scenario that you're trying to avoid.
And how exactly does running out on a one wheel work? Because your feet are right. The feet are perpendicular to the direction of travel.
They don't have to be. Like, that was actually one comment I got on one of my videos, that somebody advised that you should have your foot sort of forward a little bit in the situation if you had to run it out, because you're right, if your feet are perpendicular, your first step is going to be probably tripping yourself. So,
right.
But I don't go fast enough to worry about it. But
now, when you're riding at speed, I don't know if you do this on your EUC sometimes, where you lift up your feet 1 foot up, you know, to give them a rest.
Yep.
Can you do that with one wheel, or
yes.
essentially cut out when you kind of lift up pressure?
No, the way that the sensors work, there's only sensors in the front of the board, and it's split into a half, so it's detecting pressure in both halves. So the way it works is it'll disengage only if you're going below, I think, 1 kilometer an hour. If you're rolling at speed, it does not disengage. So you can, if you've ever seen any one-wheel videos where guys are jumping and stuff, you know, you can.
Okay.
What's that? Oh, okay. That's weird. There's something popped up on Skype. Oh, did you see that? No. It was a chat message I sent you like 20 minutes ago. That's weird.
By the way, now I see what they're talking about. Is apparently you're well, on my Skype image, your T-shirt is readable, but it's it's backwards. On
okay. Yeah, I see what you mean.
I noticed that before. I'd commented on an earlier session that looked like it was backwards.
I just need to wear a plain shirt like you, Marty. Then no one will know.
Yeah.
No Marty shirts. No.
Yeah, I got
custom Hunka shirts this year.
I got to make it alternate a little bit. Sorry about that, Hunka.
Okay. So wait, I hadn't looked at the chat at all here.
Yeah.
Text my shirt, yes. Okay. Rob and Marciella, no, I'm not giving up EUCs. Don't worry about it. I still love EUCs. What about the AMC2, the ACM2? I don't have an ACM2. But, well, Daniel has that, and Marty has an ACM2 as well. Yes, Stephen, I saw. Marty, did you see that video where, well, you might not have seen it. Someone just bought an M10-3. He's a one-wheel guy, but he bought an M10-3. And one of the first things he did is built a wooden platform and slapped it on top of his M10-3 and rode it around like a one-wheel. I
saw the picture, but I didn't see a video of someone doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he just like drilled straight through the pedals and bolted the platform on. It seemed to work pretty good. I was surprised.
So you watched the video then?
Oh yeah, I saw it. Mm-hmm.
And it was an M10-3.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Brand new.
Well, so what did he think of the? Was there any commentary? Like, he thought, hey, this works pretty cool.
No, he didn't. He actually didn't say anything. He just kind of like shot video of him riding it around. I don't think he's comfortable like speaking on camera. But yeah, it was very interesting.
That's funny. So I guess you're either a one-wheel guy or you EUC guy, and you just can't mix them. If you buy an EUC, you're going to convert it into one wheel.
Well, that guy is at least. Now, I'm surprised there are actually some people that go both ways. You know, not to be weird or anything, but yeah. Okay, awesome to see XR completing a 20-miler. Yeah, I was surprised that I could do that 20 miles because I think the battery in that thing is 325 watt-hour, so it's a small battery. It's like the size of the battery in a Ninebot 1 E+. And to be able to go 20 miles on something like that, it must really, really be an efficient battery.
I am going to get a one wheel, by the way.
You are?
In a few weeks.
Yeah?
But it's not going to be mine. Jason, a local rider, I pushed out a video today of me riding at the beach.
With his rock wheel?
Yeah, I was riding his rock wheel. He has more electric stuff than I
Oh, that's the guy you were talking about that has more than you. Okay.
Yeah, and he's got 3 one-wheels.
Oh.
And he's got the one you have, and he's got the two of the other
the Plus.
previous version. Yeah. So he offered to let me take one for a while so I could experiment. I thought, yeah, when I'm done with the Z10 and my life is a little more calm.
And you'll still be waiting for the MSX. So
I assume my MSX is on the same boat that your
18L
is, right?
I assume so.
I'm hoping I get it in the next couple weeks. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I've already written July off, so hopefully August, I guess, sometime.
Yeah, it's too bad everyone else is riding theirs. People who paid the bucks to get it, and
air freight. Yeah, well, that's all right. I'll wait for $200.
It's like by the time I get it, it's being it's old hat. I'll just wait for the next wheel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure, why not? But I am curious to see what you think of the one wheel. I think you'll do pretty good on it.
Yeah,
I think you might like it.
Fun,
surprisingly.
I can see having more localized fun with it, but there's no way it's going to really truly compete with the EUC.
No, it's a different experience. It's definitely different.
Yeah.
So let's see here. We got 15 in here right now, Marty.
All right. So, Stefan, you're getting an MSX too, right? I'm pretty sure. So I'm not sure where you're getting it from. Probably Speedy Feet. I don't know. Is Ian?
Yeah, he's getting them.
Is he selling? He is. Okay.
Yep. So Hunko, very good. Yeah. So Hunko is asking about the range on the one wheel. It depends. It depends on what model you get. Currently, they sell two models. One's called the Plus, which gets 5 to 7 miles of range, and that's the one that charges in a half hour, Marty. And then there's the XR, which is what I have, which is advertised at 12 to 18 miles of range. Actually, the battery in the Plus is small enough that you can take it on a plane, supposedly, because it's like a 150 or something like that.
Boy, with the TSA and everything, I'd still be paranoid about.
Oh yeah.
You might get some employee that they don't care. They don't care. They don't know, and you're not taking it on the plane.
Yeah.
And then you're screwed.
Yeah, it's definitely a risk.
Yeah. So I see. Stefan. So you are getting it from Speedy Feet. 2 weeks. Well, maybe we'll have ours in 2 weeks too.
So Grind671, and Grind is a one-wheel rider, because I've seen some of his videos, but he was asking about the 18L issues, and I'm trying to think of all the different things I've heard of. They had the weird thing where the packing, if it hit the wheel just right, it would turn the wheel on and basically burn the board up.
Right.
And then there was an issue with the U.S. wheels being illegal, I guess. When you would fire up the app, it would say it was an illegal wheel, and you couldn't activate it, I believe.
I hadn't heard that one.
I heard about that. I think Eddie Moy was talking about that. But I think there was just wasn't there just another firmware update for the 18L?
Well, and then there was the issue with the LED. Something about the LEDs would potentially brick the wheel, I think.
Yeah. That was a very isolated thing, supposedly. But I did hear about that as well.
And then the trolley handle is apparently not. There's something with the trolley handle.
I did hear that. I don't remember the.
I think Jason said he was going to be getting new trolley handles in. So yeah, they're definitely having. It's not a smooth rollout.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, KingSong is top-notch quality. Right?
Well, it figures that just when I'm going to get on the KingSong boat, that's when they're going to start having problems.
Everyone rags on Gotway all the time, and then it's like crickets when KingSong comes out and they've got problems.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Super Sports asking about the Z10 discussion. We haven't talked about it in depth. We talked a little bit about Marty, how he got the wheel and didn't have an inflator extension for the tire, but we haven't really talked about your experience other than when the wheel died on you on the hill and it rolled down the hill 100 feet.
Yeah, so for me, again, you guys come in late. Here's my Z10 or Jason's e-wheels, and I love this wheel. By the way, I've had the wheel for I've been riding it for about 7 days. I have about 200 miles on it, so I'm definitely riding it.
Oh wow!
I expect probably to put 200 more miles on it before I give it up.
Wow!
So I'm using it, and all my other wheels are crying in the corner because they're not getting any attention. But I don't know. I love it. The wheel. It's just fun. Once you get you definitely anyone who's going to get this wheel, you got to experiment with the tire pressure. Don't believe what Chooch said. You know, he was really saying, "Oh, you got to ride this thing. Just take all the air out of it." That's if you weigh 120 pounds. And I think he had other problems, and I really just think it comes down to his lightweight. You know, this thing's a beast, right? It weighs 55 pounds.
Yep.
They're almost. And I think if you're really lightweight, that could be a problem. That maybe the tire pressure alleviates if you let out a lot of the air. But if you get the tire pressure just right, man, it is such a fun wheel. And I love the slow speed turning on it. It really, you didn't comment on this, but to me, and maybe it has to do with the tire pressure. You were running really high tire pressure, but to me, it feels closer to the M10-3 than any other wheel I have when it comes to slow speed turning.
Because the tire's so wide.
Yeah, because when I ride around town on my M10-3, I like to, when I get to a stoplight, I like to just do circles and back and forth, and you know there's a dip in the sidewalk that goes to the pavement for wheelchairs. It's kind of shaped like that. I like to kind of do pendulums across those and just playing around. I don't do that with any of my other wheels. They're all either too bulky or they're almost too twitchy, and they're just not. You can do anything with any wheel, but how easy is it to do those things? With M10-3, as we know, right, it almost reads your mind. It's like really easy to do. Well, this 18-inch big massive wheel, I can do that stuff.
See, I'm surprised you can because of how much mass that you're moving back and forth compared to the M10-3.
I know, but it's a powerful wheel, and it's not twitchy. So
it is smooth.
It's smooth, and I can just do real tight, leisurely, just relaxing 360s. I can do those little pendulums. So I love this wheel. I'm really stoked on getting one. The one besides the crappy trolley handle, which you can kind of fix if you roll it down a hill and crash the wheel, that kind of puts a twist in it and it kind of stiffens it up a bit.
It adds a detente to the lockout.
Exactly. But besides that, the downside is it's not a torquey wheel. And the president of Ninebot, Sid, I don't remember his last name, but he saw my video. I had posted it to the Ninebot forum. And Jason told me through back channels too that he had seen it, and he was commented that this wheel does not have the same control board that the production units have, and the production units have apparently 1/3 more torque, that's a lot. 1/3 more.
Really?
And because basically it has much beefier MOSFETs, and they're going to run a lot cooler. So I did the mountain test number 2, and it overheated again, and I did another test I didn't film, and so it just can't. I'm not even going to attempt to go overheat hill. There's no point. It just doesn't have the low end torque. But I'm thinking even if this was the production wheel, I would still be happy to be getting it because most of my riding isn't up hills like that. Most of my riding is just not like that, and except for those few tests I've done, it has had no problem. It feels like a high performance wheel.
I've never seen you as excited as when you went downhill on the Z10. That's the most excited I've ever seen you.
I'm loving it. It's a really fun. I can't get over how fun it is at low speed. So it's really a fun all around wheel. Yeah, it's, I don't know. It's just the torque, and apparently I have high hopes that's going to be fixed. It's got
that'd
the
be
cool
amazing.
Lights.
That'd be amazing if it literally had a third more torque. I mean,
Yeah,
all of a sudden it becomes a super wheel. If that's the case, wow.
I'm definitely going to test it when I get mine. So I will know if they're lying, but I have a feeling they're not.
And there's no, I don't remember hearing any fans in that thing. Do you hear any fans in it?
No, I have not heard fans. Definitely makes weird noises.
Well, when you turn it on, it makes an odd noise. It almost sounds like a pop kind of noise. It's a strange thing.
But when I was running it in those high torque situations where it's really stressing, it's making all these clicking, rattling sounds, like
probably arcing.
Or no, sounds like stripping gears. That's the sound of it. Yeah, but another feature, by the way, for me who might overheat the wheels, is the ring lights flash blue at 75 degrees. And I think that's a cool feature.
I didn't know they did that. That is a good feature.
Yeah. So now when I'm riding up, like when I do these tests again, when I'm leaning and going up this hill, I'm just going to be looking at the lights, and if I see them starting to flash blue, I'm going to stop. The reason that the wheel cut out it did cut out on me.
Yeah, obviously.
on other wheels, Gotway wheels and Inmotion and KingSong, they have all overheated on me on those kind of hills, but they still had enough power to tilt back on me to kick me off. Well, this doesn't have enough low end torque to have been able to do that. So it cut out of me, and that's why it rode down the hill. On my other wheels, when they overheated, they did that, and I was able to just step off and grab the wheel. And but this thing, it just cut out, and I lost it.
Yeah. Grind was talking about that he saw your slalom video, but he doesn't know what to make of it because the carves were mellow. If you want to see more carving on the Z10, you can watch Chooch's video, or if you see some of the New York City videos when Sean.
I think it's Sean, but
when he was on there, he was throwing the thing around like crazy. So yeah, you can definitely carve on the Z10 if you want to.
Oh yeah, yeah, you can definitely really lean into the wheel. You kind of have to because the wheel doesn't.
Oh, definitely.
It doesn't feel like it wants to tilt much, so you kind of have to put your body into it more to. It's kind of.
It wants to stay upright. I think just because it's short and stocky and has all that weight, low center of gravity.
But if you have experience riding monsters, some of you have, it'll feel a little similar to that. It just handles differently. But boy, so anyway, I'm a big thumbs up to me for the Z10. I think it's just a really, really cool wheel. I'm having lots of fun with it, and can't wait to get mine.
Yeah, I was curious what if it would be a big negative to you that it didn't succeed on those hill tests, but obviously, that's a very small percentage of your riding, so.
Yeah, thanks for that reminder. I was thinking there's one other thing I wanted to say was I have quite a few wheels, and I don't take them all up on those hills. I don't take my monster to those hills. What's the point? I can go up them, but it's not fun. I generally don't take my M Super because it can go up those hills, but it's just not as much fun. I do take the MCM5. I take my Tesla. I take my ACM because they got endless torque and they're great for steep hill climbing. So if I got this, when I get this wheel, and even if it performed like this one, I just won't be taking this to, steep hills.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll be everywhere else. It's a blast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We have a couple of people asking about the range in the Z10. Didn't you say like 35 miles about what you're seeing on a charge?
I did one range test and I got 38 miles.
Mm.
That's my typical range test where I do a mix of riding and I do the same route on all my wheels. And the last 2 miles were very painful. It had a very, very rapid
tilt back.
Very rapid decline in performance. At 35 miles, it was still doing pretty much whatever I wanted. I wrote in another post. There's a decline in the speed as your battery percentage goes lower, but down to like 20% or so, I could still go 17, 18 miles an hour, which is pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it was I weigh about 175 pounds riding weight, and for me, it was a total fun wheel. Do whatever you wanted with it for 35 miles. Then you start feeling like you're riding a KingSong.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last 2 miles, it was like all of a sudden it got really bad, and where you feel like I'm in a boat. It'd be tilting back, and then just
it's no fun.
Yeah. So I squeezed 2 miles out of it, and maybe I could have squeezed another mile. I don't know, but I think it's a 35-mile wheel.
Yeah.
For my weight. If you weigh like Chooch,
yeah, who knows?
You could probably get 50 miles out of it. Like I think he said he got some long amount like that.
Yeah, I think he did. Let's see here. I'm
stabbing at KingSong. Hey, I like KingSong. I have a KS14S, and it's until the MCM. I'm going to stab at him again, I guess. Until the MCM5 came out, the KS14S was the best 14-inch wheel out there, in my opinion. I love it, and I still love it. I haven't ridden it in a while since I got the MCM5, which just blows the KS14 away. I mean, the MCM5 is an amazing wheel, but putting all that to the side, the 14S is still a great wheel, and I have no intention of giving it up. But yeah. So
speaking of your MCM5, did you get your big battery pack yet, or bigger?
No, I have no idea when that. Sometime in a month or two. I got enough other things to keep me busy, I guess. So it's not urgent.
And you said now they're going to be coming out with colors for the MCM5. Did I see a trolley handle as well?
No, that's built in. It's always been there.
Oh, there is one there. Okay.
It's really kind of a stealth handle. Really fits into the case, so you can barely see it. Yeah, I saw. I'm sure some of you guys have seen it too. The blue and red cases, kind of really nice colors too. They were matte finished. That was the impression I got.
I didn't see the pictures of them.
So that's what Gotway does, is they keep cranking out every week. It's like they're tweaking something, which is frustrating if you buy. Like, I'm waiting for my MSX, and I have no doubt when I get it, like within a few weeks, they'll be probably available in colors and
bigger batteries.
Some other, something else they'll do.
Are you expecting? Stephen wanted to know about the MSX and the hill tests. Yeah, I wonder how it'll do. I assume well, based on what Matthias has been doing with his. He has a 100-volt one, but still, he's really had some steep hills he's been going up with his wheel, and he's been having nothing but glowing things to say about it.
It's impressive. I have an M Super V3 S Plus, 84 volt, and I've taken it up on those hills, and it goes up those hills. So
Mm-hmm.
the MSX is just what I have on steroids. So I've no doubt it's gonna. I'm really intrigued to see. The implications are it really runs cooler, so that's going to be interesting because uh, probably 2 or 3 weeks ago I took my M Super up that hill that the Z10 flew down, and it made it to the top barely, and then it overheated.
Oh, really?
But it did make it, and it was running in a hot day. So yeah, the MSX should do really fine, really good.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's going to be how cool does it run, not that can it do it.
It seems like at least with Matthias's wheel, it's been running super cool.
Oh yeah,
Incredibly cool.
I hope that's not all just because of the 100 volts.
Well, I thought that the board was very similar, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that's what he said. One of the things I wanted to get your opinion on, Marty, was the e-skates that Eddie Moy was posting the video on. I've seen other people with these as well. I think they're like $500.
Little thing that for each foot,
Yeah,
right?
they're like mini EUCs for each foot. And,
I saw them.
I don't know. I don't find that appealing for some reason. Just doesn't seem like fun. Like it wouldn't be able to handle any kind of terrain really. Maybe it's an indoor only thing.
Yeah, to me it looks like a fun maybe indoor. Did you happen to see Ian's last live stream?
I saw parts of it, not the whole thing.
Yeah, so I happened to catch. I'm not sure if I watched the whole thing, but he talked about those, and he said if you look closely, even the people who are demonstrating them, who are like,
I did hear this. Yeah,
supposedly
they're struggling.
pretty proficient. That they look like, if you look closely, like they're struggling.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know about you, but I have no interest in spending money in. Only if they were like $50 would I.
$500. I think he said they're like $500.
That's insane.
I don't know where he gets all this stuff. He seems to be like on the bleeding edge of getting equipment. I'm not sure where he gets it. Because he has his 18L already. He got his V10F very early as well. But I don't know where he's getting that stuff from.
I don't know. I think he buys from. I think he buys from Jason. My impression.
Oh well, maybe he did the air freight 18L then.
Yeah,
that's probably what he did. Okay.
Yeah. By the way, so Super Sport. So you guys are getting the Z10, and I'm keeping it for 2 more weeks. But I am hand delivering it. I don't know if you know that I have been talking with Jesse. So I'm going to come up on. I think it's August 4th. I think that's a Friday, first Friday. So I'm going to drive it up on Friday, and Jesse's going to set up some group rides, like for Friday night, and then we're going to do. He's telling me an epic ride on Saturday for the, in the mountain riding that you guys do. So I don't know if you're going to be joining, but that should be fun. I'm really looking forward to it. I've been wanting to go up to San Francisco to join those guys. They got really fun rides. It's like they're really active.
That'd be great.
Almost every weekend they're riding, and I've seen some great group rides where they're riding in the mountains above, that whole region up there, and near the ocean, and it looks beautiful. So I'm really excited. So I'm going to hand deliver the Z10. I would have sent it earlier, but I figured since I'm going to go up there, I'll just keep it a few more days, and I'll just hand deliver it. And you guys, who knows? Maybe you guys can have it for weeks. I don't know if it's going anywhere after that.
Steven said that they found a 37-degree hill. that's a very small percentage of your riding. So.
What was that? I'm sorry.
No. Stephen mentioned here that they found a 37-degree hill that they're going to test the M Super X on. 37 degrees? I'd be worried about falling backwards on that thing. That's crazy.
That's funny. Everyone's really into testing these wheels.
Oh my God.
One thing is, do try and keep this all in perspective. I kind of worried sometimes that I show wheels that fail on overheat hill, and but
right.
These are really edge cases. I mean, most people don't do that, and I don't know. Just don't write off the Z10 just because it doesn't have super low end torque.
Mm-hmm.
The Z10 it really feels like a high performance wheel. I'm sure you'd agree, right? I mean,
oh yeah, totally. And it feels like a very well built machine. It just.
Oh yeah, to me, it exudes quality. Mm-hmm.
Did you see Chris's teardown? His teardown video?
Yeah.
It's very interesting the way that the motor is offset to make room for the battery pack.
I know.
It's the only wheel I've ever heard of that uses that technique. It's really crazy.
But because the wheel kind of, in a way, it reminds me of the ACM. I mean, it's real squat. It's not.
It's wide. Mm-hmm.
But it's not tall, right? It's not.
Mm-mm. No, it's low.
Yeah, it's.
And you have no problem with the pedals. I heard you say in your video. They're the stock pedals. They don't bother me at all either.
I rode that 38-mile range, and I didn't take any brakes. I stepped off the wheel a few times, but no. Mm-hmm. I don't know. People rag on the Ninebot pedals, but this is my first Ninebot that I've ever ridden more than a mile.
Mm-hmm.
And seems good to me.
No, they are good. And I'm curious if they're going to tweak them at all with the production wheels.
Yeah, probably not. But it does. They are going to be sending apparently the grip tape,
the cutout, the pre-cut. So, yeah, I saw that. That's a good idea.
Nice.
Let's see here. Looking at some of our other topics that we talked about here. Well, rock wheel riding. I already asked you about that. You've ridden the GT16s before, right? Didn't you say you've ridden those before, Marty?
The same one I rode a few days ago. Right. The red one, yeah.
And how does that feel compared to the Gotway wheels, power-wise? Is it similar?
Oh yeah. So before the last time I rode that wheel, it could have been a year ago. The Tesla wasn't out. The GT16 was the fastest 16-inch wheel out, apparently, at the time. And it was super firm, the pedals, real rigid. And then the Tesla came out, because I was leaning towards maybe getting a GT16. But then the Tesla came out, and I went for that. So now I have many hundreds of miles on the Tesla, and I was really intrigued to ride the GT16 again to compare them. Because they're both 2,000 watt motors apparently, and I'm really glad I had the Tesla.
Oh, really?
For me, the Tesla feels more stable. The GT16 is it's less stable, so it's
squirrely. You mean as far as controlling?
Yeah. So when you're turning slow speed turns, or even when you're going fast, it just doesn't feel stable. And the Tesla definitely rides more stable, feels smoother. I swear it seems like the Tesla maybe it seems like the tire's bigger, wider, but don't quote me on that. I like the Tesla, and the motor on that GT16, it really sounds like a little bottled up lightning storm inside the wheel.
I have heard that it's very noisy.
Yeah,
like sparking noises and arcing noises. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really funny. It sounds like that. And the Tesla, it's just quiet. Tesla, I think, is the quietest wheel that Gotway still makes.
Really?
So GT I have zero interest in the GT16 now with the availability of the Tesla.
I do think visually they're interesting. I like the kind of the styling on the GT16s, but
yeah, I totally agree. It's a cool looking wheel. In a way, the Z10 is, if you take off the rear mudguard, it really does expose the back tire. It's got a pretty aggressive look to it.
Yeah, that mudguard is something else, though, huh? You're not going to get any mud with that thing.
But I rode it. I'm going to post another video today where I ride it through some fairly deep water for a little bit, and that's a great, fantastic mudguard.
Oh, it blocks it all.
Oh yeah, it's great.
We're up to 20 now, Marty. We're climbing.
And talks about, let's see, any word on a Tesla 2? No, but like we were saying earlier, the way Gotway works is you're going to wake up one day and then there'll be postings of a Tesla 2 being shipping. The Gotway does not believe in building up anticipation of a wheel. They just start shipping them. So
I think I asked you this before. You're not planning to get a 100-volt monster, right?
No.
Yeah. No. Okay. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm sure it's. I don't know. The more I'm glad I have the monster, but it's like if it crashed and burned. Right now, I don't know if I'd buy another one.
Really? Well, that's true.
Well,
I mean, you're not an open road cruiser, and I think that's where that thing is the best. I mean.
Yeah, and I'm glad I have it, but it, like you just said, it's a lot of money, right? And when I bought the monster, there were no 1600 watt wheels. When the monster came out, that was the first super long range wheel available, and I think right after it came out, I think that's when the 1300 watt hour ACM and M Super came out, right around there. But I think they came out after, because I remember when the monster became available, I thought, wow, I got to get that, because the biggest wheel out before that was like the 840 watt hour version.
Well, then you have a 2400 watt hour monster, don't you? Yeah, okay,
right.
That's what I thought.
But now I'm going to have two 1600 watt hour M Supers. I have a 1600 watt hour ACM, and those wheels, man, boy, I can have a 55 mile cruise. That's a long ride.
That's crazy. Yeah.
It's like a 5-hour ride, and I'm generally kind of beat.
Wow.
I just, so I'm not sure right now. Well, I am sure if something happened to my monster, I would not run out and buy another one right away anyway. Just I would if they were $1,000, but man, it's like almost $3,000.
Yeah, that's a little insane. Someone was asking about the Teslas. I'm curious. I don't know that anyone's ever, or that I've asked you to rank your wheels. I know that you said that your ACM2 is your favorite wheel, but it's almost sounding like maybe the Monster is your least favorite wheel out of your Gotway stable. So I would think N103 probably has to be number 2.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, if I really think about it, the Monster is my least used wheel. I haven't ridden it for over a month. It's funny. I was talking to Jason when we were riding, and he hasn't ridden his Monster in over a year.
Wow, that's kind of crazy. Wow.
But to be honest, I have to say right now it's my least favorite wheel, just based on the fact I'm not riding it. I really have too many wheels. Somehow I need to get. Yeah, it's so painful. I don't want to get rid of any of them because I love each one, but they're just starting to get to the point where they're being neglected. I haven't ridden the KS14S since I got my MCM5.
Well, yeah. Why would you really? I mean, because it's the same size wheel, and the MCM5 has such better specs. So.
And since I've only had the Z10 for a week, but I haven't ridden any other wheel except at work a tiny bit my MCM5. I haven't ridden my M10-3 in like over a week. You know,
oh, wow.
It's like, and again, this wheel, the Z10, it's just so fun. Like I said, I can do those little at stoplights. I can do those things that I previously only did on the M10-3. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have some problems once all these wheels start rolling in, because you're gonna have the Z10, and then you're gonna have the MSX, and something's gonna have to go.
Yeah, like right now, I have the Z10, so I'm not thinking about any other wheels. But I'm not actually. It's sad to say, but I'm not super excited about the M Super X right now. Just I am anticipating my Z10 more than M Super X.
I can understand that. Oh, well, I think it's a more unique wheel than the M Super X. So, with the tire, and like I said, I've never seen you be so excited than when you're going downhill on the Z10. That was kind of awesome.
What you're talking about, when it was rolling away from me?
No. When you were doing high speed downhill on the Z10, you're yelling and hooting, and hollering. I've never seen you be so animated. It was very funny.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah,
because that wide tire, it does eat up rocks and stuff like that. And it loves sand. Man, usually you don't do trail riding, but I don't know if you have. I think I've seen you go through sand pockets and stuff. The Z10, man, it loves going through sand. It doesn't, with your other wheels, you hit a sand pocket and they'll just slide all around on you, and it's not very fun. Z10. It's pretty nice in sand. So, did
you take it on the beach yet? Because you said you were going to. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I might run out of time. By the way, I asked Jason, and it sounded like he was going to get ready to send out the 18L. Remember, he was going to send one out.
Yeah. Oh, he has one to send.
Yeah, remember it burned. He got the control board.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
He was going to get a new one, and I mentioned. He said, I got to think what else to get to you guys, and I said, well, what happened to the 18L? And he said, oh yeah, I gotta. but I've been thinking that maybe I'll tell him to not send it to me.
Yeah.
The thing is, as you know, you had a really compressed schedule, but I'm spreading it out. But it takes a lot of time.
Yeah, and you feel like in return for them, sending you the wheel, that you feel obligated. You need to put this time in. It can be a lot of time. Yeah.
And I know people are waiting for it.
Yeah.
Too, right? So I don't have this for a month. It'd be different if I had this for a couple months. But I don't, and it takes a lot of time, and I'm kind of going to be exhausted, I think, when I'm finished with the Z10, and I just don't want to deal with it. I don't want to get an 18L. Only if he gave it to me, and I don't expect him to. If he gave it to me for a couple months, but if I'm going to only get it for 2 weeks, no, I don't want it. And the 18L doesn't excite me. No offense, all you 18L lovers out there, but none of the KingSong wheels really excite me. I mean, they're I don't know. Yeah, they're classic design. They look really nice, but they they're a little more in a boring spectrum to me than many of the Gotway wheels and coming out. And this Z10, there's no doubt this is the coolest wheel, I think.
Styling wise, yeah, for sure.
Styling, right? And with the thick tire. So what does the 18L have? I mean, to me, it's just a big version of the 16S. Yes, very stable, beautifully made.
It's like it's like a Honda, you know. It's a very
perfect.
It's a very solid wheel. But yeah, no, it's not gonna get your heart pounding, I don't think. But yeah, just very clean and modern and efficient wheel.
Yeah, and I on occasions it performs really well, and so I just don't feel like giving up a couple weeks of my life for the 18L. So probably going to pass on that.
I wouldn't think he would send it to me either, since I have one on order.
I know.
I hopefully you'll have. So you could just send it to Chooch. Let Chooch beat it up for a while.
I think he'd probably be the only one, because the New York guys,
they have them.
I think they have them now. So yeah, it's like the 18L is kind of like old news in a way.
Although I think spec-wise, I think I would probably put it a little above the V10F. I think. Well, Plus V10F is a 16-inch wheel, so.
Right. Oh yeah, I did get a chance to ride the 18L at a Griffith Park meetup last Saturday.
Oh, you did? I didn't know.
Michael Vu. So that meetup was kind of the host, Michael Vu, and his girlfriend.
I've seen that name somewhere.
And he's from Texas. You've seen him on the forum probably.
Okay.
He's been around for a long time and big enthusiast, and so he had the new 18L with him. So I got to ride it around like a quarter of a mile just in the parking lot testing it. But it rides beautifully, feels nice, but it kind of just feels like a big version of the 16S. And so nice solid wheel, and certainly I'd rather have that. Well, can't say whether probably rather have that than the V10F. It's just hard to say. It's a bigger wheel though too, physically.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Be something different. My first 84-volt wheel, and
well, yeah, particularly for you, I think. Yeah, be interested. It's going to be interesting to see your perspective on it, because it's your first KingSong wheel, so you get to learn all about it, how they do things, and
I didn't realize that to unlock 50 kilometer an hour top end, you have to I think you have to ride 200 kilometers first to unlock it. So
my favorite feature of KingSong wheels.
Oh, you like having that goal out there?
No, I hate that. It's stupid.
It is. Well, it used to be 1,000, I thought, on some wheels.
Yeah, insane. I mean, I don't know how people can defend it. It's one thing if it's your first ever wheel. Okay, maybe 200 to let you get used to. What happens if you buy an 18L? It gets stolen. Something happens to it. You're a pro. You get the new one. Okay, I gotta ride it for 200 miles now, kilometers, before I can, use it to its full extent.
Yeah, KingSong's the only ones that do that I'm aware of. I mean, even Ninebot only makes you ride a kilometer or something like that before it unlocks the full speed. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But it gives me a challenge, because I guess Eddie was saying that he was trying to get his 200 kilometers in. Let's see here. I'm looking at our notes here, Marty. Did we cover everything? Oh, well, we didn't talk about Cindy got a skateboard.
Oh, like a manual one? Or
yeah,
an old-fashioned
skateboard. Yeah. She actually gave me permission to sell her V5F, because between the skateboard and the one wheel and our Segway i2 and the Mini Pros, she kind of prefers all those. So yeah. But she has a skateboarding background. She used to skateboard a lot as a kid. She's actually quite good at it. So. Oh, you're welcome.
Does Cindy know that she's been flashing her leg for the whole show?
Oh, is she? You can see her leg? I don't know. She said
Yeah.
they can see your leg, Cindy.
Can still see it.
Really?
Oh, okay. I can see it, but they can't because
because you're on
dual
Skype.
screen.
Yeah, you can.
Well,
You can.
that's
see
okay.
Marty.
That's okay, Cindy. You can still keep flashing your leg to
It's
me.
only Marty can see it because of the stream view. I have it condensed, so the rest of the people out there cannot see it.
Sorry about that.
What's that?
You tell me now, you didn't tell me earlier.
Well, no, I didn't know. It's okay. It's all right to show legs. Oh, see it now. Everybody in chat's all about the legs.
Until August 26th, and they'll see legs.
Sorry about that, guys. I got them all excited there about. I can't see the leg.
What?
Hunka Hunka says Cindy's a babe.
Oh, thank you, Hunka Hunka. I guess he's a hunk.
We don't know what Hunka Hunka looks like.
Yeah, it's a mystery. No one knows.
Mm-hmm. What nightlight do you guys use for riding? I don't ride much at night, but when I do, I just use whatever's built into the wheel. And I was riding around on the one wheel. The headlight on the one wheel is not too bad. It seemed like it was adequate.
Yeah, I just bought for night lights. I bought a recent 900 lumen. I don't have the model number with me, but it works great. Get about 4 hours.
Oh, you said you strapped that to your wrist?
Wrist, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it worked really great like that.
Yeah.
So this might be a time for me to bail.
Oh yeah, you got a ride going.
Yeah, so in Southern California, we've been having this miserable heat for us for last few weeks, and it looks like there's no end in sight. So it's like high 80s, right now it's in the 90s here. Kind of, for us, high humidity. Not for you guys, but basically it's just been miserable. So the only riding I'm doing is early in the morning or late in the afternoon. So right now I'm going to go out with the Z10 back to the mountain proving grounds. Going to meet a couple guys and show them, let them check it out, and go for a ride for an hour or so. Sunset ride.
That's cool.
So yeah, I'm gonna ride there. It takes me about half an hour to get there from the house, and then.
That's cool. Marty, somebody in chat just asked, and this would be something you could answer. I really couldn't. They asked about if you only could have one wheel for trail riding, what would it be? MCM5, Z10, ACM.
It goes back to if I only had one wheel, what would it be? The
ACM too, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's a more manly wheel and fun.
Yeah, and it really does everything. It's got amazing power.
Mm-hmm. And the battery. Big
battery. The battery. Tire is not. It's 16-inch, so it's not too big. Yeah, and that's why I was saying earlier that for steeper hills, I don't take my M Super anymore or my Monster. I pretty much keep to the 16-inch wheels, and so if I only had one wheel, it'd be the ACM2. But that MCM5 is just incredible trail wheel. But it always comes back to me. The ACM2 is my all-time favorite do-it-all wheel. Really, it does everything pretty damn well.
Yeah,
that's my opinion. It's just your mileage may vary, but
you're a huge ACM2 fan.
Yep.
All right, Marty.
All right, guys. Well, we've been an hour and almost 15 minutes, so these are supposed to be an hour long, by the way, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fun though. Hopefully we'll keep doing it for a while anyway.
Yeah, we're trying to keep building on it, and like for the show today, Marty and I we're trying to like come up with and maybe we can be more formalized about it, where we we cover like news, and we were just kind of laying an outline of things to talk about, and maybe asking people on the forums if they have questions. That's because
Right.
you might actually get more thoughtful questions if people have time to think about it
Yeah.
and type them out. So
Yeah.
should be good.
So before I go, I just want to tell everyone to put your order for a Z10.
Mm-hmm.
It really is a great wheel. It's got to be the coolest looking wheel. I've mentioned this before, that this is the only wheel that my wife said it looked cool without being prompted. So
Wait, where's the camera at?
yeah, I'm stoked about it. What is she showing us?
That's what Sydney's been working on.
Okay.
That's for she has a
Second bikini comes
she has a bikini competition coming up in August, and she's working on the logos for her and some of her girlfriends that are doing it. So what's the official name of the group? Iron Maidens. So she's
Okay.
working on the artwork that she's going to be making, what, t-shirts or something, track suits. Okay, yeah. She's been spending a lot of time on this. Yes.
All right, Duff.
All right, man.
Been fun. Seeing a couple. Seeing the interwebs.
So well, it'll be August for the next one. So maybe we'll have our wheels by then. It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be.
I'm gonna be actually returning from my trip to San Francisco. But
oh yeah, August 3rd and 4th. That's right.
my intention is to be home before.
Mm-hmm.
Just I need to be home before evening anyway. So
Okay.
I should be here.
Cool.
All right.
Sounds good.
See you in a couple.
All right.
See you guys. All
Thanks, man.
right.
Bye. All right. Huh? Yeah. Well, I still have our stream going here. Hold on. Well, you and me. So if I do that, and you see my desktop, and you see Pickles Place. You do this. Yeah. Just want to see if this. You guys, some of you guys might know this. There we go. Because you might have seen the stream going live off and on a couple times before this, because I was spending like all kinds of effort trying to get this to work. It's surprisingly challenging to get a Skype call streamed for some reason when you have more than one person. So that's what I was messing with. So I don't know if anybody has any quick questions for me. I'm actually off tomorrow, so which is nice. What's that? Yeah, well, Friday, Monday. Yeah, tomorrow's Monday. I told you to took off Friday, Monday. Oh, you thought I just took off Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm off.
No.
Cindy, I'm off. Wait, oh look, Cindy, your toes in the picture. Oh, Jolly, you're an Eagles fan. Awesome. No, there's your feet.
Cool.
Nice. Yes, I'm a very large Eagles fan. I'm from the Philadelphia area originally, so. The Z10 Lite isn't good. Yeah, the Z10 Lite is not that great for visibility. It looks cool. Has low pedals. I never noticed an issue with the pedals. And when I had the Z10, my M Super, and the Monster side by side in the wall, I could see next to no difference in pedal height. So I think that's kind of overblown. Marty isn't interested in the 18L. Well, Marty really doesn't like the way that KingSong speed limits. You know, like once the battery level hits a certain amount, it starts capping your top end. He really is not a fan of that. And you know, like you mentioned, the 18L styling is nice, but it's not different. I think it looks very clean and very modern, but there's nothing really distinguishing about it. Yeah, Marty does have a lot of wheels. He's going to have to get rid of some because they overlap. You know, like a Z10 and an M Super.
Why does he have to get rid of them?
Well, because they serve the same purpose. You know, like I mentioned, we're going to probably be getting rid of Cindy's V5F, and I'll probably be getting rid of my my V3M Super when I get the 18L. I would think, because I see those as redundant. Yes, Stephen. Yeah, the pedals. I did not notice any problem with the height of the pedals at all. Although it is lower than a V10F pedal for sure. Yes, Jolly, we finally got ours. It only took 52 years, but we finally got a Super Bowl win. Have I ever ridden with Marty or plans? No, Stephen. Marty lives in the West Coast, and I'm in Florida. So there's 3,000 plus miles behind us or between us. So I don't know when that'll happen. Maybe someday. Who knows? Marty comes to Florida, or if we do a road trip out west. I mean, we do road trips out west. I've just never gone all the way to California. So.
I want to go.
Hmm?
I want to go.
Cindy wants to go. Yeah, I'm sure riding with Marty would be fun. And it's nice that he lives in an area where there's other electric unicycle riders. You know, where I live, they're very few and far between. Everyone I know that rides an electric unicycle down here, I introduced to electric unicycles. So, hi, baby. Oh, good girl. Yes, Stephen, I love to ride with you guys. It sounds like you guys have a really, really good group up there.
Where is he at? Is he
He's like Northern California, I think, like San Francisco area. What's that? Huh? I don't know where your phone is. And he talked about that. You know, he talked about the last stream about snake bites and tires. Basically, I think it means where you hit something that like puts a really sharp crease in the tire, and that will, you know, cause it to leak air. I believe is the way that I understand it. Snake bite. Let me look it up. So Grind, I've seen a bunch of your videos. You're the guy that has all the one wheel videos out there, right, Grind? Yeah, pinch flat. Yeah, I'm looking it up right now. Yeah, like I've seen you've done a bunch of work on the one wheels and swapping out the tire, and you've done all kinds of work on them. And I actually just bought the compressor that you have today, and I bought it because I saw you using it, that Ryobi compressor. I thought it was really cool that you could just punch in a pressure and just say, you know, go. I figured that would be a really good thing for me with the EUCs and the one wheel, actually, to be able to set the pressure to whatever I want. So thanks for that tip. Oh, so you have an E+. Okay, I missed that somehow. That was my first wheel, and I beat the hell out of that thing. And I think it's like the perfect beginner wheel. And you'll like the 18L, I think. Yeah, unfortunately, I did not have the batteries, so it cost me. It cost me, I think, over $150, I guess. But now I can get other Ryobi tools. I have mostly DeWalt battery-powered tools, so. But I did not see anything that DeWalt made that did something similar, so I just bit the bullet. I'm just looking at snake bite things. Okay, I see what it's talking about. So I guess the way you would get a snake bite is if the pressure is too low in the tire, the rim could come down and actually puncture the tube on both sides, and it makes it look like a snake bite. And I can probably let's see how good I can do here. Add source. Yeah, see? There's this. That's what a snake bite looks like on a tube. Hence the name. Cool. Arctic cooler misting fan? I've never heard of that. Oh, I see. Okay. Arctic air. Yeah, we have plenty of AC down here, believe me. We need it. Yeah. So Cindy, do you have any 2 cents to chip in here?
I love my skateboard.
Cindy loves her skateboard, and she thinks she loves the one wheel, although she hasn't. She needs to practice more on it. I think she'll be really good on the one wheel as well. She just hasn't had that much time to practice. What's that? Oh, bring your skateboard in here. Okay. She got a skateboard at Ron John, the same place I got the one wheel.
I have a runny nose.
She has a runny nose.
I can't.
Right here. Right here's.
Oh, over here or over here?
Well, you can see.
Ah,
Yeah. Santa Cruz.
very cool.
And at Ron John
to California.
they put bigger wheels on it for her. Bigger and softer wheels. And Cindy's sneezing. She's been sneezing a lot today. She's very very sneezy. Huh? What? You're sorry. Just wait till you can start riding single track. I don't even know what that means. What's single track? Yeah, grind. I had someone commented on my one wheel video from yesterday. He swears that in Delirium that the pushback starts later. He swears it, and he says he has 4117 firmware. So tomorrow I plan to test all the modes, and we're gonna see if it's true or not. Oh, mountain bike trails. Yeah, I haven't tried anything like that. I find it a challenge just riding around my backyard. Yeah, I have some hilly areas in my backyard because the houses down here in Florida are built on like a 4-foot mound because of flooding. So I have like some hills that I can kind of go up and down. So I was doing a little bit of that. Definitely more challenging than riding an open road. All right, see you, Steven. Thanks for stopping by, man. Yeah, I really got to try Delirium, and I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna try all the modes. I'm off tomorrow. I'm gonna shoot a video. I actually have a video from today I didn't have time to even produce yet, so I'll be busy tomorrow. Delirium feels better on a rounder tire, like the Hoosier or the what's the other tire you guys use? The Burris. At this point, I don't know if I would like a rounder tire or not. I don't know. I kind of like the stability that the Vega has. Mission is the flowiest. I guess. Yeah. See, I guess I don't really know the difference because I only ride Mission, so I need to try the other ones for comparison. Yeah, I've had the one wheel now for 3 weeks, I guess, and yeah, other than the 30 seconds you saw me riding the MCM or the M10-3 in that one video last weekend, I haven't ridden my other EUCs. Take that for what it's worth. Got a lot of comments. That Dunkin' Donuts ride on the one wheel, for some reason, that really is getting a lot of activity for some reason. People seem to like that. Turn off what? Yeah, I will. Yeah, thanks, Ron. I feel more comfortable on the one wheel for sure. I still have my moments, and actually I have some in the video today. There's going to be. I think I'm going to have to contact Future Motion, because 2 different times today I was off the wheel and that the tire was continued to go. The one time I did a jump off and the wheel went on its side and the tire was spinning full speed almost for and I have this on video for probably 5 seconds at least. And then when what's that? Yeah, I know. And then when we got home, I hopped off. I was up in the yard and I just jumped off, and it did something very similar to what happened a few weeks ago, where it just started to roll away from me. So I think there might be something wrong with my foot pad, my foot sensor in the front. But I certainly don't want to have to send the whole damn thing to Future Motion, you know, because I keep hearing these horror stories of how it takes 3-4 months to get it back. So I'm hoping if I could send them the video that they might just send me new front foot pads, maybe the sensors. Oh yeah, someone else mentioned the blow dryer thing. What do? You just heat up that area with a blow dryer? Just go over the pad area, or am I supposed to be pressing down while I'm doing it? Yeah, someone did mention that, and I have not tried that yet. Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll try that tomorrow. But yeah, there's definitely something going on. It should not be doing that. Especially when it tipped on its side. I was really surprised about that. And you'll see what I mean when you see the video. Is that something that other people have a problem with that you know about? The adhesive on the sensor is stuck. Okay. Interesting. So like if they would have to send me a new sensor, is it the whole front piece, or do they literally just send you the sensor part that sticks down? The whole foot pad. Okay. Well, I'll try the hair dryer thing and see how it goes. But there's definitely something going on there. Yeah, because when it happened the second time, I had to literally grab it to stop it from rolling away from me. Alright guys, I think I'm gonna call tonight. I appreciate everybody stopping in. Marty and I will be streaming again in 2 weeks, and you never know, I might pop in a stream during the week sometime. If you are a subscriber to the channel and you have notifications turned on, you will see when I stream. Sometimes I get the random inspiration to do it, you never know. And yeah, thanks for stopping by. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, bye.